two very, very worthy candidates. Two guys that, embody the BMF in a big way. They give it all they got when they get in there to make sure the fans get the best experience possible. Because these guys are going for, even when they're winning comfortably, they're still trying to put the other guy out, always putting themselves in harm's risk to get the best freaking results, and it's a fight. We want to see a fight. We don't want to see guys just, either pit patting around each other or gaining a comfortable lead off wrestling and then sitting back in the later runs. We want to see a fight. Both these guys embody that, as well as being a BMF and not being like an abuser or a bad person outside of the ring, being cool with it, you can't be no Conor McGregor ass motherfucker and be a BMF, because that guy's abusing the power, left and right. So these motherfuckers are, I think, perfect embodiment of what the BMF is, and also being like in tune with yourself, being comfortable no matter where you go, that you're still you and you yourself. And I think both these guys also embody that a lot, and like I said earlier, the main thing, they're dogs, they're coming to get it.
Always two guys who always put on a good fight, great fight for the fans. In a way, is this almost more exclusive than a title? Because what is it, like 25, 35, like eight, 9 divisions, whatever there might be for the men. This is the second time that this belt has ever been on the line.
Special, man. It's a good one, and I think the tradition is to stay on that until one of the winner retires. Boom, something like that. They got to wrap the next guy. You know what I'm saying? Whenever the next BMF fight is, when they retire, they gotta wrap it up and keep that tradition going and blah 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 blah.
Absolutely. Now, The Rock is the one who presented you with the belt when you beat Nate. Jorge, any chance you're going to be at UFC 291, and might you present the belt to Justin or Dustin?
I'm going to the fight, definitely to hand off the belt,
Wow.
to whoever is victorious. And I know, obviously, I'm biased. Everybody knows DP's my teammate. I've been alongside of him 7-8 years. I watched him since he first got into ATT at 144 pounds, and he worked his way through the top 5 of 145. Then he came up to 155, and I saw him from the beginning all the way to where he is now. So obviously, I'm biased, and I'm leaning towards Dustin, but I think it's going to be a great fight. They both improved dramatically, especially Justin a lot. Maybe more so. He's more polished now with his new boxing coach. He sets up things better. He moves left and right better. His defense has definitely improved a lot. It's gonna be a hell of a fight, man. It's gonna be a good one. I'm obviously leaning towards Dustin, and that's because I just see this guy ever improving, man. I see him in the gym. He's always getting better. The little things that he does that you really can't tell what's the difference between Dustin and the next guy is like you kind of can't see because he does a lot of little things, the way that he fakes, the way that he'll grab somebody's hand and then he'll like lean this way and then he'll like punch out of nowhere and just the little things that he does, and he does them so well, especially when it's the heat of the battle that the bullets are flying, the way he could just slip punches right here by an inch and immediately return. And it's just he's getting better and better at that, and his defense is also getting better. So I think Dustin's hitting his prime right now real well. It's gonna be a fucking great fight, man.
What would it mean to you, Jorge, especially if Dustin does win the fight, as being like a big brother type to him, somebody that you watch come up? I mean, what would it mean to you to put that belt around his waist and I mean, it's a hell of an accomplishment. Let's be honest.
Nuts. I'm not gonna lie, that's nuts because like I said, we've been beating up each other forever, man. When he was at 45, I was at 55. We were helping each other out. Then I came up to 70. He came up to 55. We were helping each other out, and we've been there for a lot of. He's been there for a lot of big moments of mine, helping me get ready for him backstage, coming to say hi and bye, and the same thing. I've gotten to see Dustin right before he goes out there and has some of his biggest moments, and just that we were able to share the energy in those moments for those big moments with each other. I think it's so cool. Now, again, I'll get to share this moment with Dustin, so I'm always super proud of this guy because he had a very humble beginning. He could have made choices that would have had him nowhere near. He could have made a complete left and been a complete different individual where he was at, where he was growing up at. But he straightened out his life. He gave his life to God and to fighting. And look at him now, so I'm always very in awe of this guy. But Dustin is a great dude. But so is Justin, though, man. I know he's a good dude outside as well. So I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm putting my money on Dustin, though, obviously.
I'm trying to remember if I saw you on TV. Is this your first? Will this be your first fight in person since?
No. Yeah. The UFC, they freaking, they didn't put me on camera too much, but I was out there for International Fight Weekend, man. It was like a mix up. They got mad at me, I think, because I got late and they moved my seats around and this and that. And I don't know, man. They didn't really show me on camera, but I was out there, you know.
Well, we know you're going to be on camera at 291. Let me get your thoughts on this, just because it's related to the BMF fight. What do you think as your former opponent Nate Diaz is about to box Jake Paul here in a few days?
Obviously, you know, I'm always cheering for my MMA brothers and sisters in boxing. I'm always gonna like lean towards them, you know, or hope for them, you know, knowing that probably up against the box, you know. But in this case, I think Nate has the experience, especially at competing at bigger venues, you know.
Right.
Has he been training? Has he stayed up to par? His reflexes the same, because Jake's been competing in regularly, right? So, you know, he's also on his upside right now. He's on his highs of his highs, and Nate is obviously not the same. Do they meet up somewhere in between where now Jake could beat him, or does Nate still have enough to fend him off, you know, and use his experience and everything that he knows about the game? So very interested in this fight. Snap, you know, I don't plan on fighting anybody anytime soon, but maybe like in a boxing match, I come out and just smack Nate up later on in life or something like that. If he could get by Jake or something, I could smack him up real quick. Maybe me and Jake something in the future. I don't know, man. But as of right now, I'm just doing the promoting thing, bro. Before you even ask me, because everybody asks me, will you get back in there? I'm like, yeah,
I was going
will.
to give you a break this time, but
No, for like a boxing match, you know, because I always love boxing. I always wanted to do some boxing matches. Yeah, I could do it back for a boxing match, you know.
Hey, that would be amazing. And obviously,
I heard Ben Askren said he'd come out of retirement to fight me. I was like,
boxing or MMA?
He wanted MMA, but for his sake, I'd do it boxing, so I can't knee him in the face. It's illegal. Duh. Come on, man.
I'm gonna let you go off of that one.
Hey Ben, I'll beat your ass with both hands behind my back. I just make him tired. Ben's so bad at boxing. He's the one that said, "Look, Ben, I only give you the rematch in boxing, motherfucker." People will tune in because I can't knee him in the face, right? Maybe Ben can get his way now.
I love it, Jorge. Thank you, brother. I cannot wait.
Ben, kiss my ass. You coming out of retirement? I'll send you right back in there, motherfucker. This guy, bro. They shouldn't have shown me that comment, you corny motherfucker. Hey, good seeing you, bro. You see Ben out there, be like, hey, man, should I come out right for you? Boxing though. So that way at least the people can guarantee your face for more than 5 seconds, motherfucker. I'm out, man. And Connor, you're a bitch. You never mention my name because I'll break your fucking eye over though. You fucking skank bitch. Okay? Those guys, I don't really like those guys too much, you know? I'm sorry, man. October 8th.
That message across, yeah.
October 8th, September 8th. JDS versus Berdoom, bare knuckle, no gloves. The baddest motherfuckers at heavyweight with no gloves, taking them off, going at it. Peace out,
two former UFC heavyweights. Cannot wait.
And UFC heavy champion.